There are definitely pros and cons to being autistic and ADHD, to being AuDHD and being a performing singer-songwriter. Hi, my name is Arlene. I'm a performing singer-songwriter, and a while back I found out that I am autistic with ADHD, and I'm here in my studio trying to figure out what that means, what it means to be a late diagnosed, high masking person. That's me. So if you are returning, then you probably already know that I am fighting what it is that I was going to talk about, that I am avoiding. I am already trying to avoid what it is that I was going to talk about. Or if you're new here, if this is your first time here, welcome. Hi, hello. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. What was I talking about? All right. I was talking about there are things. Okay, first of all, I've divided them into two sections. This is what I think. That there are pros and there are cons to being a neurodivergent songwriter. So, let's see. Okay, first of all, let's see. Oh, yes, okay. Did I say the pros were on this side? Pro. All right, okay, breathe for a second. Pros. First of all, I think that a lot of songwriting, for me, is pattern making, pattern recognition, patterns that come out of me, out of the rhythms in my body. So that means there's a couple ways that comes out. One is with the actual, let's say, okay, let's look at the words first. If we look at the words first, let's look at the rhyming schemes. Those are patterns, A, B, right? Where the last word of the first line rhymes with the last word of the third line. The last word of the second line rhymes with the last line of the fourth line. Like, let's see, an example in my songwriting. Angel of mercy, angel of light, do not desert me on this hollow night. That's an A-B rhyme. Or another rhyming scheme is, for me, is A-A-B-B, right? The first and second lines rhyme. The third and the fourth lines rhyme, for example, of my songs. My mind is drifting like a sparrow, but I stay sitting till tomorrow. There's a list, but I'm listing to the right. I must listen to my sorrow tonight. That's an A-A-B-B. Not fun. And there are other ways of rhyming. There's A-B-B-A, of course. In that respect, we're looking at a verse with 4 lines. Okay, so that brings me to another section. Wow, is this info dumping or what? This is another kind of pattern making. In songwriting, as you may know, songs have different sections. They have the verse, the chorus, the bridge. There's an intro and there's an outro. And, there are solos and stuff. But if we look at the very basic structures, I think the pop structure, now I'm not an expert in this. The pop structure, I believe, is verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, out. That's a really common structure. So the verse, for me, and I think for other songwriters, the verse represents storytelling. That tells the story of what's going on, whether that be a narrative story or a thematic story. And then the chorus, for me, the chorus sort of is the rumination that happens in my head. It's the persistent idea that I'm driving home. The bridge is, for me, often the counter argument. So it's an interesting way for me to structure my ideas in a song. Even the way I'm describing it to you, this is a very autistic thing to do, to describe my songwriting to you in this way. Of course, there's other pattern making that's in the rhythm, whether a song is in 4/4, 1, 2, 3, 4, for example, or there are other time signatures. So that's a time signature. That's a repeating, that the way the beats hit, the way the word emphasis hits. It's fascinating. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to develop an idea and think about the words, how the words follow each other and how they follow a pattern. It's fascinating. Songwriting is a marvelous thing. I love it. All right. So those are some things. Those are some pros. Here's another pro. That is, yeah, right. Pro is the good part, right? Pro is the good one. That is that songwriting for me is communication. Wordplay, lots of fun. Like for a lot of other people as well, it is communicating my thoughts and feelings on a subject, right? It's really popular, of course, for songs to be love songs. And what some experts have said that, or who is it? Some songwriter, somebody fabulous, or whatever. Somebody said that love songs are either the first, 2 months of a relationship, or the last 2 months of a relationship. It's a conveying of feelings. And for me, like some other neurodivergent people, it's hard for me to get in touch with my feelings sometimes. So songwriting is a way for me to process my feelings, to process my relationships to other people, my relationship to the world. Yeah, the relationships, it's a fascinating way of looking at it. I had a therapist once who suggested that I take a look at my lyrics to see what it was that I was trying to tell myself. Isn't that interesting? Right. Have I already said this? If you think that's interesting, give me a like. Wow. Self-promotion. Okay. That's on the other side of things. But what were we else talking about? All right. Here's another pro. Performing, playing music, chords, or using just strings. Sometimes chords are a number of, this is me playing guitar. Chords are using, I don't know how many strings. Is it more than 2 strings? That's a chord. Or for me, I use chords, but sometimes I just use strings. Sometimes I just use 2 strings. I frequently use 2 strings. I hear my guitar like a tiny little orchestra. That's how I hear it. That's how I like to play it. It can be very stimmy for me, right? It can be a stim to hit just one note, repeating one note, or the emphasis coming back to one note, falling back on a note. It's very satisfying. It's a very satisfying feeling. Right. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, chords, notes. Oh yeah, strumming. Strumming is very stimmy. It's a wonderful feeling. Yeah, it's a wonderful feeling. Groove, getting into a groove is totally stimmy. It's a great feeling. Dancing on stage. I would never dance. I will never, when you and I go to a wedding together and you say to me, you want to get up and dance? I will say no. But if I get my guitar and I'm on stage, I can almost not control myself. My body wants to dance. It's very stimmy. Wonderful feeling. When the beat goes through me, it's a great feeling. I play solo a lot, but I play with a band as well. Playing with a band, killer. Those feelings, the bass drum, the bass guitar, going through, very powerful feeling. Fantastic feeling, very stimmy feeling. Oh yeah, singing. Singing is very stimmy. I love to sing. I love to sing. I just love to sing. It's a great feeling. Great feeling to get that energy out of me, which I think are a lot of times emotions, that are deep within me, deep around my diaphragm, and I can pull them up and bring them out. Wonderful feeling. Fabulous feeling. Fabulous feeling. Oh, it's wonderful. Yeah. All right. Did I talk about metaphor? I don't think I did. Songwriting in metaphor. Songwriting, yeah, in metaphor is a way of exploring a feeling sort of from the outside for me. What things are like rather than what things are for me. I live a certain distance away from my body, which sounds weird, but it's true. I'm not very in touch with my body a fair amount of the time. I'm a little disconnected from my feelings a fair amount of the time. For example, I don't realize that I'm angry until well past the time that it was time for me to be angry. But in songwriting, I can use metaphor to explore things that I'm not ready to explore on using language that explains feelings. I can use language that compares similes and metaphor. Now, I know that that one of the traits is that autistic people don't like metaphor, that we are literal. But you've heard this. When you've met one autistic person, you've met one autistic person. I'm one autistic person, and I'm a songwriter. Songwriting may be telling you my feelings and thoughts on a subject in a song. Hey, I wonder if that's info dumping. Is that also an example of neurodivergent stuff? Maybe. I'm not an expert. Okay, now let's talk about some of the cons, which I think are the negative things. Right, okay, so cons. What are the cons? Cons is like, maybe there aren't any. Oh no, yeah, actually, the cons for me have to do with the business side of things. Okay, first of all, I'm not crazy about the business side of things. I like the concepts. I love the business concepts. I love thinking about them. I love structuring what I'm doing around an idea. I like to make a project and to go through my steps in my project. Oh, yeah, I guess those are pros. But not on a deadline. Deadlines are hard for me, very hard on my brain. There's a lot of pressure to hit deadlines, especially when there is perfectionism. It's hard to let go of recording. I actually force myself to let go. I give myself hard outs on songwriting. I make myself let go because otherwise it's almost impossible to let go. Everything can be tweaked. Everything can be fixed. Everything can be better. That's perfectionism, is that it feels wrong. It feels, it never feels good enough. I mean, comparing, if I compare my songs to other songwriters' songs, terrible feeling. Oh, that's another one. That's rejection, sensitivity, dysphoria. I have that in spades. I think I've talked about that one other location, one other video. It's really difficult to receive what's called constructive criticism. I am not a fan of constructive criticism. And in fact, I have a hard time with praise. I don't even want the praise. When I perform, when I'm on stage, I love it. It's wonderful. I love to be the center of attention. I love to be the focus of the room. I love to get the room. I love to make the room silent and be stuck on me and what I'm saying or singing. I love that. But as soon as I'm done, as soon as it's thank you, good night, Oh, I wish I could just disappear. I wish I could just disappear off the stage. It's very uncomfortable. I find it very uncomfortable to then get off stage and have people say nice things, which people do. I'm not boasting. I'm just saying people are nice. Generally, people are nice. If you're going to a show, it's because you want to see an artist play, and unless they really suck, that would be horrible if somebody said that I really sucked. But if people are excited and they had a good time and they really felt something, which is what I'm trying to convey, our feelings. My shows are a bit of roller coasters. People express that. Right. If you look at my I did a live show. Oh, this is a good time to announce that I'm going to do another live show. I'll tell you about the date later. But if you watch that, you'll see sort of what I do. I changed it because it was a live stream. I talk between songs. I tell a story. In that live stream, I told a story. So I generally talk between songs. So for me, I expose parts of myself to the audience. And that can mean masking, which can be a con, is masking on stage. Some songwriters, some performers or singers wear a mask in that they have an accent when they sing. They have like a country accent or an English accent. I think I sound mostly like a Canadian person, which is what I am. But sometimes an affectation can happen. So that kind of masking can happen. On the other side, on the pro side, to be free on stage, which is what I love to do, it's unmasked. I believe that on stage, I'm mostly unmasked. It's a blast. So, sorry to be jumping back and forth, but hey, that's me. That's how I do it. I'm a lateral thinker. Right. So there you go. There's another pro. When I talk between songs, like on that live stream. So some people have asked me about that live stream, the story that I told, like, is that available on an album, or did I write that, or whatever? No, that's a stream of conscious thing. I just, blah. That's my ADHD that says I want to talk about something, and it almost doesn't let me plan what it is that I'm going to talk about. I can put a couple themes into my head, but a story wants to come out, and I just let it come out. I just tell whatever story feels right at the time. I try to amuse myself and amuse everybody else there. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, that is a lot of fun. And it's really tiring. That's a con, right? It's exhausting. It's really draining. It's, it takes a lot of focus. It takes a lot of attention. It's difficult on stage. It can be difficult on stage to maintain focus. If my energy drops, if my blood sugar drops, if something happens in the outside world, if a bar fight breaks out, it can be distracting and it can pull my attention away from where I am in the performance. That can be challenging. Yeah, that can be challenging. But that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen on a live stream. I just jinxed it. Knock on wood. All right, what am I talking about? Yeah, so the con, working to exhaustion, performing to exhaustion, working to exhaustion, practicing to exhaustion. It can be difficult to practice because of my persistent desire for autonomy. I say to myself, I got to practice. I need to set myself a schedule and practice. That's what I want to do. That's a pro. My autism wants to have a schedule and wants to do well, and I know that comes through practicing, remembering the songs, getting my fingers ready, getting my calluses in. But my ADHD says, don't control me, man. We know it. We know the song. We've played the song a million times, which sometimes is true. It's kind of amazing. Muscle memory is an amazing thing, but one can't rely on it. So it's good to have, I find it's good to have a plan to practice, to be prepared, to check my equipment and stuff. And there's a part of me that does not want to have a plan, that does not want to practice, that does not want to have my equipment checked, that doesn't even want to get my equipment gathered before I go to the show. Oh, it's a crazy thing. I overcome it. I love performing, so that I'm usually able to overcome that. I like to perform. I love to perform. Now let's see. Oh, all right. Let's say the last thing on my cons list. It's a long list, isn't it? The last thing on my cons list is that if I am in shutdown, if I'm in burnout, I experience mutism, temporary mutism, which means I can't sing. I can't write songs. I can't sing. I certainly can't perform. If I'm in a mute state, I can't perform. Right? Yeah. Luckily, I'm not in that state right now because I feel pretty good. Making these videos is really good for me, except for the rejection sensitivity. Hey, I hope you like this video. If you have watched it all the way through, I would love it if you give me a thumbs up. I would love it if you leave me a comment. And if you please subscribe. It's good for the algorithm and it makes me feel really good. I love it when you comment. So thank you very much for when you do that. Did I talk about that? Rejection, sensitivity? Oh, did I didn't talk about the publicity thing. I have a really hard time promoting myself, which is what that just was when I said like and subscribe. Wow, that is self-promotion, which I think I've said a whole bunch of things related to like and subscribe. Wow, I'm really going overboard. So I'm going to stop now. I hope that this has been something for you, a little bit of a discussion on what it's like to be a neurodivergent singer, songwriter who performs. It's a thing. It's a thing. There are definitely pros and cons. Yes. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming by. I hope you come by again. And you take care of yourself. I'm going to take care of myself. And let's take care of some other people while we're at it. That's what we're here for, isn't it? All right. I'm going to see you soon.